question is, you're both very committed to a very holistic, clean lifestyle. Can you tell me how that started for you? What set you on that path?
Me first?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Well, I from childhood, I actually had a lot of struggles with my personal health, but it became a passion, and I've always combined my mission for building sustainable businesses. You know, it's just been 50% mission driven with my businesses and 50% building the best business. So, and with Juice Beauty, I just fulfilled that with trying to build the most sustainable beauty company with certified organic ingredients beyond natural, which is so hard to do.
Gwyneth, you're so known for your passion for organic food, and thank you. I own all your cookbooks, but I don't do a very good job. But most people don't yet think, outside of this room, of organic beauty. So how important is it for a makeup bag to be organic and get as much scrutiny as our grocery bags?
Well, to Mrs. Weston's point, if the skin is the largest organ in the body and you're absorbing 60+% of whatever you put on the skin, it would make sense to not be putting parabens and all kinds of endocrine disruptors and carcinogens on the skin that we then absorb. And I think the organic food movement has taken a long time and now has real traction. And I honestly think that the beauty movement will be just behind it, because it really is food for your skin, and you're absorbing what you put on, whether it's deodorant, whether it's mascara. You're metabolizing all of those chemicals. And so Karen and I really believe in this mission, that women really deserve a product with beautiful efficacy that makes you feel beautiful, that really works, and that's non-toxic.
I totally agree. I see a lot of my fellow beauty editors in the room, and one of my saddest days as a beauty editor, I was meeting with a facialist, and she's like, "Oh, you have beauty editor skin." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, I do." And she's like, "No, that's not a good thing. You use too many products and your skin is sensitized because you use too many chemicals." And so what you say is very true. I'll test, I have to test products because it's my job, but every few months I'll take time off, switch back to Juice, and Juice is my go-to to get my skin desensitized and back into shape. So thank you very much. When you started Juice Beauty 11 years ago, people thought that organic beauty was an oxymoron. Can you tell us some of the interesting responses you received when you started the company that you laugh about today?
Well, and I'll also tell you that, the thought process of starting it, I actually have been in the health and wellness field for 20 years, yet I'd never read a beauty products label. And until I was having my babies in my 40s, and I picked up a label for the first time, and I just went, well, I think we can do it better. So a lot of the ingredients that I didn't want to eat or I didn't want on my skin were in a lot of the beauty products I was using. So it really came from being a mom and pregnancy, and then years later started the business. But some of the things that we really changed the way chemistry was done. So instead of starting with propylene and butylene glycols, petroleum-based products, or water with a lot of chemicals in it, I just thought, why can't we start with organic botanical juices, organic grapeseed and jojobas and shades and aloes that are filled with vitamins and minerals, and so every drop would feed your skin, and then add the power ingredients to that. But to do that, every chemist slammed the door in my face and told me to go away, because that's not how chemistry was done, beauty chemistry was done, so it took a long time. So.
Thank you. How did you guys hook up? Tell us the story of your partnership.
One of my angel investors in Goop.com is an investor in Juice Beauty, and I had been talking to her about the white space that I saw in clean beauty, and talking about development of product. And she said, well, I really think you should meet Karen, and it was great. We were able to form a joint venture, and they powered our skincare line, and I became the creative director, and now we're mutual investors in each other's companies, so it's a very nice partnership.
And you're such a perfectionist, so tell us about how you take that perfectionist streak and apply it to creating organic makeup.
I sort of operate under the idea that if you're not going to do it to the absolute best of your ability, then you just really shouldn't do it. And I took that philosophy to the chemistry table at Juice, and I really thought, unless we can create a beauty line that can sit shelf to shelf with the Estee Lauders and all of the big brands, then there's really no point in doing it. And so, yes, I pushed the chemist very hard. And there were a couple of instances, certain products where we had gotten very close, and I felt bad, and I said, should I just approve this formulation? And then really I thought, no, because I'll go back to my conventional concealer, and it has to be the best. And so I'm very proud of what we were able to achieve, and Mimi, their lead chemist, is an absolutely brilliant woman, and I hope that she still likes me after.
She loves you.
But it was an arduous process, but a very fruitful and fulfilling one.
It's amazing. I'm not a big fan of primers because I don't like all of the silicones in there. So I tried your primer. It's like, oh, this is like, oh, come on. But then I was like, whoa. And so how did you get the same efficacy that we see in traditional makeup?
That was the hardest one, I think, because to your point, like a primer is supposed to give your skin that beautiful canvas-like finish, and they do that with plastics, with silicones, and so they used coconut alkanes, and they just figured it out. It's a miracle, but it's better than any conventional primer I've ever used.
This question I actually know the answer to, but I like hearing it. What are phytopigments, and how is this disruptive?
And by the way, I would call it a strive for excellence. How you operate.
Okay.
Just a real strive for excellence, which is really great. Anyway, phytopigments. So our phytopigments makeup collection is named after plant pigments. So instead of artificial dyes, we use plant pigments. And our pigments are kind of unusual. We crush roses, we crush argon husk, we crush purple carrot, aubergine, eclipta daisy, moringas, just all sorts of flowers and vibrant plants to get these just beautiful colors. And you see these just gorgeous colors right here that are amazing that we have achieved. And so instead of artificial and synthetic dyes.
Yeah, I was like, when I was a little girl, I was like, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna wear lipstick and it's gonna be made out of roses. It's gonna be so beautiful. And it's like, no, it's made out of iron oxides and there's a lot of lead in there. So enjoy your lipstick. So thank you for making the Fairy Princess lipstick I wanted to wear when I was little. So tell us more about your other favorites in the line.
I'm a big fan of the concealer, which was also really hard to get right. I think, every girl, it's like the one thing you can't leave your house without. And it was tough to get it right because they normally bind it with all kinds of nasty things. And it's great. I think that's probably my favorite one.
And we worked a long time on that, and in your strive for excellence, Gwyneth wanted it to heat up after just one or two swirls. So it was a little more plant wax, a little less plant wax, a little more, and we got it right finally. And it is just stunning, and it stood up to all the professionals in your profession writing about it. So we're excited.
So what were some of the other challenges when it came to formulation?